Yo, what's cracking, peeps? T-Money here for Body Bags, week 218. The week is Creature Feature Week, and the movie that I chose is one from 1985, put out by Code Red, both on DVD and Blu-ray, called The Strangeness. I'll read you the synopsis. It says, bite into this rare 1980 horror film about a big and very strange stop-motion monster in a cave that is terrorizing and eating innocent miners. A group of miners venture into the Gold Spike Mountain mine to see if they can discover some gold, even after being warned by old-time prospectors to stay away. The group of young miners proceed into the caverns anyway, and soon learn that there's no gold at all, but they do discover something else which they'd rather not have known about. What is it? It's just what is it? It's just a horrific man-eating monster sliding through the caverns looking for human food. It looks like it's feeding time and the miners are on the menu. The Strangeness is a fun, cool, independent horror feature made years before digital video. The Strangeness is also one of the last feature films to use stop-motion animation special effects. Not really true, especially now that there's been like a resurgence of it, but remastered from 6mm of all elements. Are you strange enough to check it out? So, the film is directed by Melanie Ann Phillips, who is obviously a female director. There's some great commentary on here with her. And there's an interview with her as well, which is pretty cool. I watched it when this first came out a couple years ago, so I do need to brush up. But yeah, I have to say the Blu-ray, even though this video is not about that, isn't. If you own the DVD, keep it. Don't upgrade this because it's not that much better, in my opinion. But in any case, it stars Chris Huntley. I'm sorry, that's the writer. It stars Dan Lunham, Terry Berlin, Rolf Thyssen. Let's see. Keith Hurt, Mark Sawicki, a bunch of actors that I've never heard of before. But anyway, let's see. So what I liked about the film is it's very atmospheric. It reminds me of kind of like the Boogans, with a let's see, The Descent meets the Boogans type thing. So it's great. It's very atmospheric, the film. There's a lot. And the music's great too. It's kind of more of like a score. So when the music cues, it pairs really well with the dark atmosphere and kind of the sense of terror in this black pit. They're caves that these guys are mining in. So strong atmosphere. The acting's very hokey and intentionally, I think, just like over the top almost, but it's fun and it's not like so bad that I don't enjoy it. It's bad, but it's enjoyable. There's one character in the film, what's his name? Hemmings, I think. Rolf Thiessen, played by Myron Hemmings. He kind of plays like the scandalous fuck that, like, when shit hits the fan, he's just out for himself. And he's selfish all around, like, because their intentions are to mine for gold. Of course, when they realize there's no gold, it's a fight for survival, and he will do. Kind of reminds me of the character in Walking Dead now, who's the owner of Hilltop. I forget his name now, but that sort of thing. Like, when shit hits the fan, he's the first to flee, and he puts on a front like he's gonna, that he cares about other people and is, whatever. But that sort of thing, very selfish and evil. That's your evil character, really. But as far as the monster effects go in the film, the stop motion is good. My only complaint is that there's not enough of it. There's kind of like one big reveal at the end of the film where you actually see the monster and you can see like the... So the monster has been tagged before as the Vagina Lips monster, which, watch the film and you will definitely be able to see that. I forget, there's another monster in another movie that kind of looks the same, I think, but in any case, the stop motion's awesome. It's like this whipping, like this thing's got like tentacles, and like the whipping of the tentacles through the stop motion animation with the creature effects, just it looks like really cool. Like the climactic scene there at the end, towards the end of the film, where the monster is really revealed. So yeah, other than the acting, actually I don't really have a problem with the acting. The main problem that I have with the film is that it's very dark. Similar to the issues that I had. I felt The Descent was too dark. I understand it's in a cave, so too much lighting would almost be unpractical and unrealistic, but it's so dark that you can't see a lot of what's going on, I think, and that kind of takes away from my focus being able to really take in what's going on, because I feel like the set design wasn't bad. It just was really hard to see. So it's just kind of a technical quarry I have with it, or critique rather I have with the film, would be that it's a little bit too dark, and also that there's not enough. I want to see more of the monster. I want to see, just, more fucking badass alien tentacles whipping. Just, I don't really even know how to describe it, but it was really cool. So yeah, I enjoyed the film. The deaths are okay. They're not bad. Special effects are all practical / animatronics, or whatever you call it, which they mention here in the synopsis. So I would recommend it. It reminded me a lot of the Boogans. The Strangeness and the Boogans are kind of very similar feel and atmosphere and acting, and kind of the whole, the time that this film was made, it had that same feel to it, for sure. So that's it, guys. Check it out, The Strangeness. I don't know if this is out of print or not, but it's definitely worth owning, I think, because it's fun, whether you can grab the DVD or not. It's a good little cavern horror film from the 80s with good practical effects, good atmosphere, fun acting, and a good story. So yeah, that's it, guys. Talk to you next week on Body Bags with Horror Lies. Peace. Say bye. Say goodbye. See you guys.